Number 4, balance the following equations, and then we have letter E of this set. We have Sc2O3, which is a solid, plus SO3 liquid will yield or produce Sc2 SO4 solid. I'm just going to rewrite the equation just so that I have a little bit more room to deal with here. So Sc2O3 plus SO3 yields Sc2 SO4, and that looks pretty nice and neat. And now I'm ready to balance, right? I don't care about these states. When you're balancing, we don't care if anything is a solid, liquid, or gas, so just pay no mind to it. You could literally erase these and don't even pay attention to them. We just care about the individual elements. So I have a chart here, and I'm going to list my elements on the reactants and the product side. The reactants is the left side of your balanced equation, so it's everything to the left of this yield sign, which is like an equal sign. And then we have our products, which is everything to the right of the yield sign, the arrow. I'm going to list my individual elements. It looks like I have an Sc, I have an oxygen, and I have a sulfur, an S, right? So I have an Sc, an O, an S, and now I'm not going to say an O again because I'm going to group all of my oxygens on this oxygen right here. So I'm not going to say like O because I'm going to group them as a total. Now I'm just going to replicate whatever you said here, just literally replicate it on the other one. So scandium, oxygen, and sulfur. And now I'm going to write down how many I have of each. I like to just go from left to right. It just makes things easy. So for scandium, Sc, I have 2 of these. So I'm going to say I have 2 of them. For oxygen, you just have to pay a little bit more close attention. I have 2 oxygens here. I have an oxygen here and an oxygen here. I have 3 on this compound. So 3 plus, literally plus, I have 3 oxygens here, right? So that's, let me maybe make this a little bit. There you go. 3. 3 plus 3 is a total of 6. So I have 6 total oxygens on the reactant side. And then I just got to finish up. I have just 1 S. There was no number here like a 2 or a 3. So I have 1 sulfur. Then I just got to go to the other side. Looks like I have 2 scandium. So 2. Now I have something in parentheses and I have a subscript, which means that I multiply by all the numbers and all the elements inside the parentheses. So I had 1 sulfur inside, but now it's being multiplied by 3. So I have 3 sulfurs. I'm just going to drop down to the S. And then I have a total of 12 oxygens. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so let's start it off. It looks like I'm not going to touch the scandium. Looks like I could balance the oxygens, or I could balance the sulfurs. Now, which one should I do? There's a little trick here, if you guys want to know it, right? It might seem to you that the oxygen would work best. 6 times 2, well, 6 times 2 will get me 12, right? But now, if I look at my reactant side, there are 2 different oxygens. I don't know if I have to put the number in front of this compound, or if I have to put a number in front of this compound, or I have to put 2 different numbers. I don't know. The trick is that when you see that you have multiple elements on multiple compounds, well, actually, if you have like the same element on multiple compounds, don't try to balance that one. It will balance itself out at the end. So I'm going to hold off on the oxygen and try to work with the sulfur. So let's see. I have just 1 nice sulfur here, and I have just a sulfur here, so that works perfectly. 1 times what will get me to 3? Oh, 1 times 3. And that's the number that goes as the coefficient in front of the element that you want to balance. So I'll put a 3 here. But you got to be fair. you have to multiply it by every single one, right? So maybe I'll put it on the bottom. So I have to multiply that 3 to the sulfur, and I have to multiply the 3 to the oxygen. So the sulfur would change to a 3. That's why we did this. So this is balanced. But now the oxygen numbers are going to change. Let's see. 3 times 3 is not 3, but now 9. So I have a 9 here. And I didn't change this oxygen number, so it still stays a 3. 3 plus 9 is now a total of 12. Oh, and now my total oxygen here isn't 6, it's actually 12. And look, it actually balanced itself out in the end. So we tried to balance one element, and it actually balanced both of them. That's balancing equations. Guys, this one was easy. The end is now you have only one Sc2O3, right? There should be a 1 here. And then you have 3 SO3s, and that will yield 1 of the Sc2 SO4 3s. And that's it. All right, so let me know in the comments if this helped you. Click the like button if it did, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. It gets the word out to students all over the world that this service exists for you guys. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Keep studying hard, and I'll see you guys all in the next lesson. Bye-bye.